The whispers are louder than ever. In London's glittering ballrooms, behind every smile hides a secret, and one scandal is about to ignite a storm that no one can escape. Hearts will break, loyalties will crumble, and the lines between love and betrayal blur. Tonight, nothing is safe, and the Bridgertons are about to learn that every secret has a cost. The night begins quietly, almost peacefully. As the lights of London twinkle softly across the city, horse-drawn carriages glide over cobblestone streets, carrying elegantly dressed women in flowing gowns and men in tailored coats, each careful to hide the tension that hums beneath polite smiles. The Bridgerton estate glows in the warm candlelight, its halls echoing with laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses. On the surface, it is perfect, every detail meticulously arranged to preserve the image of calm, civility, and high society's rigid order. Yet, beneath this polished exterior, the air is thick with anticipation. Eyes dart across rooms, conversations pause mid-sentence, and subtle gestures hint that something is coming, something that will shake the very foundations of the family's world. Letters slip discreetly into waiting hands, and a whispered word in a shadowed hallway sets a chain reaction that cannot be stopped. Each secret, carefully held for weeks or even months, begins to stir, threatening to unravel the delicate balance that the Bridgertons and their neighbors have worked so hard to maintain. Outside the estate, London streets buzz with rumors, carried by servants, merchants, and gossiping strangers alike. The scandal is no longer confined to whispers behind closed doors. It is spreading through the city like wildfire, unstoppable and consuming. It touches every corner of society, from the quiet drawing rooms to the grand ballrooms, from the polite smiles of the ton to the sharp glares of those who have been wronged. In the middle of it all, the Bridgerton family moves like actors in a delicate play. Each step, each word, each glance is measured and rehearsed, yet none can fully hide the unease that ripples beneath their composed exterior. A daughter clutches a letter that trembles in her hand, unsure whether to reveal its contents or let it lie hidden a moment longer. A son, poised in his finest coat, senses danger lurking in the eyes of a visiting acquaintance, the subtle warning there for anyone who dares to look closely. Even the family's closest friends exchange quick, loaded glances, a silent acknowledgement that nothing will remain secret for long. Outside the candlelit rooms and polished halls, the night air carries a tension that feels almost alive. The clatter of horse hooves and the distant murmur of voices on the streets create a rhythm that mirrors the unease within the estate itself. Every corner seems to hold the possibility of discovery, every shadow a secret waiting to emerge. As the evening progresses, the music swells in the grand ballroom, a lively waltz that fills the room with laughter and movement. Couples glide across the polished floors, their smiles bright but their eyes betraying fleeting moments of doubt, curiosity, or fear. A servant quietly hands over another note, its contents yet unknown but certain to change the course of the night. A whispered name causes heads to turn and hearts to race. Each character feels the invisible pull of the scandal, a force that grows stronger with each passing moment. And as the hour deepens, the calm that had once cloaked the Bridgerton world begins to crack, revealing the fragile human emotions hidden behind the family's famed composure. Desire, jealousy, love, and ambition intertwine, creating a complex tapestry that threatens to unravel in ways no one could predict. One small misstep, a glance, a word, a choice could ignite a reaction that spreads like ripples across water, touching every relationship, every bond, and every carefully kept secret. The night continues, beautiful and serene on the surface. Yet underneath, a storm gathers momentum. It whispers promises of revelations, confrontations, and heartbreak. By the time the candles burn low and the last carriage departs, nothing will be as it seems. The scandal is coming, moving silently but with unstoppable force, and the Bridgertons, elegant and poised as they are, cannot escape what is about to be revealed. Every character stands at the edge of discovery, their lives intertwined in a web of intrigue that will soon consume the calm, leaving only the raw and guarded truth beneath the glittering surface of London's high society. The whispers have grown louder now, carrying through every corner of the Bridgerton estate, slipping past the ornate doors of grand rooms and curling around staircases lined with polished banisters. The calm that once seemed unshakable has begun to falter, replaced by a nervous energy that tingles in the air like electricity before a storm. In the drawing rooms, silken dresses rustle as ladies exchange glances over delicate teacups, their smiles strained, their hands trembling just enough to betray the curiosity and dread they try to hide. Gentlemen lean slightly closer in conversation, their voices low and cautious. Yet the tension in their shoulders and the flicker in their eyes hint that something urgent and dangerous is spreading there. Of the ton, a servant hurries across the hall with a folded letter, its contents so explosive that even the briefest glimpse of it causes a pause, a quick intake of breath, a tightening of the jaw. Eyes dart to the windows, half expecting a messenger or another unexpected visitor to arrive, bringing yet more news that could upend the fragile equilibrium of the evening. The scandal, once confined to whispered rumors and half-heard conversations, now pulses through the household like a living thing, touching each person in a different way. Some feel fear gripping them tight and making them second-guess every word and gesture. Others feel a thrill, the dangerous allure of secrets, the intoxicating power of knowing more than anyone else. And somewhere, amidst the tension, the Bridgerton family themselves struggle to maintain composure. Each glance exchanged between siblings carries weight, unspoken messages moving between them faster than words ever could. A hand brushes against another in passing, sparking questions of loyalty and trust. Every decision, every step down a hallway, every choice to speak or stay silent becomes a delicate maneuver in a game where the stakes are higher than ever before. Outside the estate, London itself seems to mirror the unrest within. Carriages roll past in the dim glow of gas lamps, their passengers whispering hurriedly to each other, their conversations carrying hints of scandal and speculation that have begun to seep into the city's elite circles. Word spreads with a speed that is frightening in its intensity, touching every ball, every luncheon, every afternoon tea. People who were strangers only yesterday now speak as though they are part of the same secret, their curiosity and judgment feeding the momentum of the rumor until it becomes almost unstoppable. Within the Bridgerton halls, tension manifests in small, telling details: a hand frozen mid-gesture, a sudden hesitation before speaking, the subtle narrowing of eyes across a crowded room. A daughter clutches a silk fan a little too tightly, trying to hide the trembling of her fingers. A young man straightens his coat with a force that seems disproportionate, a gesture meant to mask the anxiety coiling within him. Even the quietest corners of the house hold potential drama, from the servants' quarters buzzing with speculation to the library, where letters and journals lie waiting, their secrets ready to ignite if discovered. And as night deepens, the ballroom, once a haven of elegance and celebration, becomes charged with undercurrents of suspicion. Couples glide across the floor, their smiles polite, but the eyes betray suspicion, desire, and unease. A glance, a whispered word, a letter slipped into the wrong hand, and the fragile web of composure could unravel in an instant. The scandal, like a creeping tide, edges ever closer, threatening to pull every character into its grasp. Friendships, romances, alliances, all are at risk as the tension builds. The air feels heavier with each passing moment, thick with anticipation and unspoken truths. No one can escape the slow burn of discovery. Even the most composed individuals are touched by the growing storm. Secrets that were once thought safely buried now rise to the surface, demanding attention and reaction. A confrontation feels inevitable, yet no one knows when or where it will strike. And as the hours pass, the estate itself seems to vibrate with expectation. Every hallway, every flickering candle, every shadowed corner holds the possibility of revelation. Every character senses that the calm they once relied on is gone, replaced by a dangerous, almost palpable tension that promises heartbreak, betrayal, and shocking surprises. The scandal has begun its relentless march, touching every relationship, every bond, every carefully maintained illusion of civility. No one is untouched, and the night that began with elegance and poise now carries the weight of looming catastrophe. The balance of the Bridgerton world hangs by a thread, and even the smallest misstep could send shockwaves through the hearts and lives of all those who call London's high society their home. The night has grown restless, the once quiet halls of the Bridgerton estate now alive with the restless energy of secrets threatening to escape. Each room hums with quiet tension, punctuated by sharp glances, nervous laughter, and the occasional hurried step of a servant delivering letters or messages that could change everything. In the drawing rooms, whispers have turned into murmurs, murmurs into urgent exchanges, and soon the whole household feels as though it teeters on the edge of revelation. The scandal that had lingered just beneath polite smiles is no longer contained. It has begun to spill, slipping through cracks in the doors, fluttering across polished floors, and striking fear and curiosity in equal measure. Eyes meet across candlelit rooms, sharp and searching, as everyone wonders who knows what, who has seen the letters, and who might reveal the truths too long held in secret. Within the Bridgerton family, the tension is electric. Siblings communicate in subtle gestures, a raised eyebrow or a brief look signaling warnings, doubts, or unspoken accusations. A letter, once thought safe, finds its way into the wrong hands, and the ripple effect is immediate. Hearts pound with anticipation and dread as the consequences of each revelation begin to take shape. Secrets long buried in the drawing rooms and behind closed doors are exposed in fleeting moments. A slip of the tongue, a misdelivered note, the wrong glance at the wrong time, trust, once absolute, begins to crack. And even the most confident of the family feels the weight of uncertainty pressing down. Outside the estate, the scandal spreads like wildfire, carried by gossiping neighbors, servants, and acquaintances eager to witness the fall of the mighty or the exposure of forbidden romances. Every street corner and ball set is alive with speculation, and no one can ignore the growing tension in London's high society. Rumors twist and turn, gaining momentum. And even those who pride themselves on discretion find themselves caught in the web of intrigue. Within the ballroom, the elegant dance continues, yet there is an undercurrent of unease beneath the music and laughter. Couples glide across the floor with practiced poise, yet their eyes betray suspicion, desire, or fear. The air is thick with the weight of unspoken truths and dangerous knowledge, each participant wary of what could be revealed in a single glance or a casual remark. Outside, in the shadowed corners and quiet stairways, clandestine meetings take place. Lovers exchange desperate words, allies whisper urgent warnings, and foes plot carefully, knowing that one well-timed revelation could shift the balance of power entirely. Every whispered secret carries with it the potential to destroy friendships, shatter trust, and ignite confrontations that have been simmering just below the surface. Even the quietest observers sense the approaching storm, the subtle tremor in the household that signals everything is about to change. The night stretches on, each passing moment bringing the scandal closer to its peak. A daughter, clutching a delicate handkerchief, faces the choice of revealing the truth or protecting someone she loves, while a son wrestles with anger and betrayal at the actions of a trusted acquaintance. Families, friendships, and romances are tested as hidden alliances are revealed and long-held secrets come to light. The tension between desire and duty, love and honor, loyalty and self-interest sharpens to a nice edge. Every glance, every word, every hesitant step becomes part of the delicate dance where a single misstep could trigger chaos. The candlelight flickers across faces etched with worry, hope, and suspicion, and the shadows seem to stretch longer. With the weight of anticipation, the scandal has grown beyond the reach of whispered conversations. It is now alive, moving through the estate and the city with a force that is both unstoppable and unpredictable. Each character must navigate a treacherous landscape of emotion and intrigue, where nothing is what it seems and everyone has something to hide. The night has shifted from calm elegance to a charged, almost dangerous atmosphere where trust is fragile, hearts are vulnerable, and secrets no longer stay buried, by the time the hour grows late and the last notes of music fade. The household and perhaps all of London will be forever changed by the truths that have come to light. Alliances will be tested, passions ignited, and the consequences of hidden desires will ripple through every life, leaving no one untouched. In this delicate, precarious world, every choice carries weight, and the scandal that has been quietly simmering now burns brightly, illuminating the shadows of every heart, every room, and every whispered conversation, reminding all who dwell. In this glittering society that secrets, no matter how carefully kept, always have a way of finding the light. The tension that had been building for hours now erupts into a storm that cannot be contained. Every glance, every whispered word, every carefully hidden gesture reaches its breaking point as the scandal spreads like wildfire through the Bridgerton household. The grand estate, once a sanctuary of elegance and composure, now vibrates with an energy that is sharp, unpredictable, and almost dangerous. Faces that were calm moments ago twist with shock, betrayal, or disbelief as hidden truths are revealed, their impact striking faster and harder than anyone could have imagined. The air is thick with suspense, carrying the weight of consequences that touch every corner of the family's world. In the drawing rooms, arguments flare like lightning strikes. A quiet accusation, delivered with the gentlest of tones, ignites a fury that had been simmering beneath polite civility. Hearts pound with anger, fear, and desperation, while the fragile bonds of trust that once held the family together strain under the pressure. Alliances shift in an instant, old friendships fracture, and the delicate etiquette of London society seems almost irrelevant in the face of emotional upheaval. Lovers, torn between desire and honor, struggle with choices that could change the course of their lives forever. A hand reaches for another, trembling with longing, only to be pulled back by the weight of expectation and duty. Secrets that were once safe in hidden letters or whispered conversations now leap into the light, exposing vulnerabilities and igniting conflicts that cannot be ignored. Outside the estate, the city seems to sense the turmoil, as if London itself holds its breath in anticipation of the revelations to come. Rumors travel faster than the carriage wheels that carry them, twisting, growing, and spreading from one fashionable household to the next. The scandal is no longer confined to whispers behind closed doors. It has become a force that commands attention, shapes perception, and forces every character to respond in the ballroom. Elegance clashes with tension as dancers move across the floor, their steps precise but their eyes wary, searching for signs of betrayal, intrigue, or danger. Music plays on, but it is almost drowned out by the unspoken drama, the undercurrent of fear and excitement that pulses through every interaction. Couples are drawn together or pushed apart, friendships tested, and rivalries laid bare in fleeting but powerful moments. In shadowed corners, private confrontations unfold. Letters are revealed, words repeated, and accusations made that leave those involved reeling. The walls themselves seem to hold the echoes of past secrets, and each revelation feels like a shockwave, shaking not just relationships, but the very sense of stability within the family. Every character is forced to confront the consequences of their choices, the lies told to protect, the passions restrained, the loyalty tested. Emotions flare in raw, unfiltered ways, revealing the human fragility beneath the polished surfaces of the ton. The scandal reaches beyond mere gossip. It touches hearts, challenges integrity, and ignites desires that have long been buried. Even those who had hoped to remain untouched are drawn into the chaos, caught in a web of intrigue and revelation that spares no one. Shadows lengthen in candlelit rooms, highlighting faces etched with shock, regret, and unspoken longing. Moments that once seemed insignificant at a glance, a hesitation, a whispered comment now carry immense weight, altering the trajectory of relationships and alliances forever. As the night deepens, the consequences of secrets fully emerge, leaving heartbreak, betrayal, and unexpected revelations in their wake. The Bridgerton household, elegant and poised by reputation, now stands on the edge of transformation, each member confronting the truth in ways that will shape not just this night, but the lives and choices of the future, desire and duty collide. Trust is tested to its limits, and the web of intrigue threatens to unravel completely. The storm of emotion, scandal, and revelation leaves no one untouched. And the weight of what has been exposed presses on every heart. By the time the first light of dawn brushes the estate, the events of the night have shifted the world of the Bridgertons forever. Relationships are reshaped, alliances reforged, and secrets that once whispered in shadows now blaze in full view. The scandal has reached its peak, and though the night may end, its consequences will ripple forward, touching every decision, every feeling, and every whispered conversation for episodes to come. The delicate balance of love, honor, and ambition has been irrevocably changed, and the Bridgertons and all who orbit their world are left to navigate the uncertain aftermath of truths finally revealed. Knowing that nothing will ever be quite the same again, that as the night's chaos begins to settle, a fragile quiet descends over the Bridgerton estate, but the stillness is deceptive. The storm of scandal has left marks on every face, every relationship, and every whispered expectation of the ton. Candlelight flickers across rooms that feel both familiar and suddenly strange, casting shadows that seem to stretch longer than they did before. As if the secrets that have been unleashed refuse to fade, each character moves through the aftermath with a careful awareness, a mix of fear, guilt, and anticipation tugging at every step. Conversations that once held warmth